Welcome, ladies. Listen, if you're a woman over 40 or 50 and you feel like you're doing absolutely everything right, you're eating clean, you're moving your body, you're really prioritizing your health, but that number on the scale is just stubbornly stuck, I hear you. It is incredibly frustrating to put in all that work and feel like you're getting nowhere. But what if I told you the scale is actually lying to you? Today, in this explainer, we are completely throwing out the scale. Instead, we're going to look at the true milestones of metabolic flexibility. We'll explore 12 really fascinating and honestly sometimes surprising signs that your body is absolutely burning fat, even when that little digital number refuses to budge. So think of this as your personal, supportive guide to understanding your body's beautiful transformation.
So, let's talk about that stuck scale. You're probably asking yourself, I'm doing everything right, why won't it move? Well, let me reassure you right now, your body is likely just holding on to water. This is especially true if you've been working out. See, when we exercise, our muscles experience these tiny micro tears, and that's a totally normal part of getting stronger, but it does lead to temporary inflammation and water retention while the body heals itself. So you could actually be successfully burning off body fat, but the scale is just temporarily hiding that fat loss under a layer of healing water weight.
And that brings us to a really powerful concept. Our source material puts it perfectly. Your body composition often remodels, gaining more muscle whilst losing fat at the same time. As we get older, our bodies work really hard to rebuild sagging or atrophied muscle, especially around areas like the legs and thighs. And because muscle is denser than fat, you could literally be shrinking in physical size while the scale stays exactly the same. So the absolute most crucial takeaway here, stop the daily weigh-ins. Seriously, they're only going to drive you crazy. Instead, just measure your waist every 2 weeks and pay close attention to how your clothes are fitting. I promise you, that is a far more accurate reflection of your success.
Okay, let's dive into this. What is actually happening inside your body when you make the shift from burning sugar to burning fat? Well, you're going to hear the word ketones a lot. Ketones are simply this amazing alternative fuel source that your body creates from broken down fat cells. When you finally stop relying on quick hits of sugar for energy, your body unlocks these ketones, and they really are the ultimate goal for renewed energy. Why? Because they naturally stabilize your blood sugar, completely prevent those brutal cravings, and give you this beautiful, steady, all-day energy. Now, as your body makes this major shift, you're going to hit some early milestones. You might notice a slightly metallic or fruity taste in your morning breath, maybe some temporary skin breakouts, feeling extra thirsty, or even getting some random muscle twitches. And I want you to view these somewhat annoying things as exciting badges of honor. Seriously, that metallic breath, that is just acetone from your liver breaking down fat. Those breakouts, that's actually your fat cells finally releasing all those stored up toxins they've been holding on to for years. It is absolute proof that your fat-burning engine is officially turned on. The math behind that sudden dry mouth is actually pretty fascinating, 3 to 4 grams. For every single gram of stored sugar, which we call glycogen, that your body burns through, it dumps 3 to 4 grams of stored fluid. So as you cut down on the carbs and your body burns through its old sugar reserves, you are literally flushing out excess water. That is exactly why you feel so thirsty and might be running to the bathroom a bit more often. It's a highly positive sign of weight loss. But there's a catch. Because you're flushing out all that water, you're also flushing out essential electrolytes, specifically potassium, magnesium, and sodium. And that, my friends, is exactly what causes those annoying little muscle twitches around your eyes or those cramps in your feet. But don't worry, there's a super simple fix. You just need to act like a supportive coach for your own body and feed it specific mineral-rich foods. Load up on avocados, leafy greens, and arugula to instantly replenish your potassium and magnesium. And please, do not fear the salt. A pinch of high-quality Himalayan or Celtic sea salt in your water is going to give you the sodium you need to quickly stop those muscle twitches right in their tracks. So, as you move into the mid-phase of this transition, you're probably going to notice a few more changes. It's totally normal to experience some digestive shifts, like maybe temporary constipation or, on the flip side, faster digestion. It just takes about 1 to 4 weeks for your digestive enzymes and gut microbes to adapt to your new way of eating. You might also notice increased sweating because your body is actually generating more heat through thermogenesis. Or, kind of weirdly, you might feel colder when you're just sitting around because you are literally losing your layers of fat insulation. You might even find yourself waking up between 1 and 3 a.m. due to temporary nighttime cortisol spikes as your blood sugar adjusts. Please normalize these signs in your mind. Be patient with your body. It's going to settle down into deep, restorative sleep very soon. And this brings us to exactly why going through this transition is so incredibly worth it. Just imagine stepping off that exhausting sugar burner roller coaster. You know, the constant hunger, the crazy blood sugar spikes, and those absolutely miserable afternoon crashes. When you become a fat burner, you hit this amazing milestone of reduced hunger. You can easily go from breakfast all the way to your next meal without constantly obsessing over food. Having stable blood sugar completely eliminates those mid-afternoon cravings. It is so freeing, you guys.
Now, what's really interesting here is this number, 22%. Research shows us that fat fuel, those wonderful ketones we talked about earlier, is actually 22% more efficient at generating energy in your brain's mitochondria than glucose is. Think about that. This means you aren't just changing your waistline, you are literally upgrading your brain power. You're going to notice that you can think more clearly, make better mental connections, and maintain really sharp focus, completely bypassing that usual afternoon brain fog.
Plus, ketones do so much more than just fuel your brain. They actually act as natural anti-inflammatories throughout your entire body. As you burn fat and produce more ketones, your overall systemic inflammation just drops. You're going to start waking up with way less stiffness and rigidity. Your joints and your muscles are just going to feel more relaxed and flexible. And here's a great pro tip straight from the research. Try getting about 40 minutes of full-body morning sun exposure if you can. That boosts your vitamin D levels, which lowers your inflammation even further. Now, to avoid that kind of weak, sluggish feeling that sometimes hits during the first week or two of changing things up, you really need to focus on two things. First, restore your B vitamins. You can do this by adding unfortified nutritional yeast, sunflower seeds, and red meat to your meals. Second, do not forget your soluble fiber. Load up on chia seeds, avocados, berries, and flax to feed your good gut bacteria. This fiber helps those little guys make fatty acids that support your long-term metabolism, making this whole process so much easier on you.
Once your body fully adapts, the deep biological shifts are just amazing. You're going to see a shrinking waistline and beautiful new muscle definition. You'll have that clearer thinking and dialed-in brain power we just talked about. Those annoying early morning wake-ups, they'll be replaced by deep sustained sleep as your fuel release really slows down and stabilizes. And wonderfully, you might even notice a lower resting heart rate, usually settling somewhere between 60 to 70 beats per minute. Because you aren't relying on stressful quick sugar anymore, your adrenaline drops, allowing your nervous system to finally truly enter a relaxed parasympathetic state.
Okay, to wrap up our educational deep dive today, I want to leave you with a really powerful morning strategy to speed up your weight loss and maximize that fat burning. Your body is actually most efficient at burning fat in the first 2 to 4 hours right after you wake up because your natural fasting hormones are naturally high. Do not ruin this magical window. Skip the refined starches, skip the toast, skip the breakfast cereals. Instead, choose healthy low-carb proteins like eggs, maybe some salmon, or plain yogurt. By doing this, you keep your fat storage hormone, insulin, incredibly low, which empowers your body to just effortlessly burn additional fat calories all day long. So what do you say? Are you ready to make the shift? Tuck that lying scale away in the closet and reclaim your daily energy? You've got all the tools and the knowledge right here to understand exactly what your body is trying to tell you. If you found this explainer helpful and you want more empowering, actionable guidance on this beautiful body transformation journey, make sure to subscribe to the 40 Shift channel. We are right here to support you every single step of the way. Trust your body and celebrate those non-scale victories. Because honestly, if your body is capable of this much incredible transformation just by switching up its fuel source, what else could you achieve when you finally stop listening to the scale?